Hey guys, it's Lucian. So today, sorry, I'm still sick. I've been sick forever. I don't know when it's gonna go away. Um, but today I just wanted to talk a little bit about, the topic that I put is educating cis people. Because that's something that I've found myself doing a lot lately, and I feel like there's this idea that anybody in a minority, if we come across a cis or a person in the majority, whether they be white, straight, whatever, that it's our job to teach them the error of their ways. And I think I agree to that to an extent. I mean, obviously, people say things out of ignorance sometimes. Not everyone goes around educating themselves. So I do think if I see someone saying something you can tell it's not malicious, they just have the wrong information, I'll maybe point it out to them. Say, hey, that's wrong, I know, I have experience with this, and usually it turns out fine. Where I draw the line is if they just continue being ignorant and malicious for no reason. Like, I recently got in an argument with someone who, I don't even know what he was trying to say, but he implied that trans people are all mentally ill and that I should go seek mental counseling and get a psych eval to figure out how I became trans, like what traumatic, dark background I must have in order for me to turn out this way. And he didn't want to listen at all. And it was kind of at that point, I'm bad when it comes to online arguing, at being nice. I don't really play well with others. So, at that point, it's nothing I say is going to educate this man. Nothing I say will change his mind. He admitted at one point that he didn't want to learn anything. He was just arguing for argument's sake. And there was another trans person in this argument who appeared. I didn't personally know this. We were commenting on a friend's status together. It appeared like she was related to the mutual friend that we had, and I'm saying she because that was her Facebook pronoun. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna say, I guess I'll say they. But, so they commented on it, and after this young gentleman was becoming increasingly rude to me, and I was rude back to him, this person said something like, don't listen to him, talking to the other person about me. Not all trans people are like him. We're usually all nice. And I was like, I'm just, standing up for myself at this point. If this guy wants to tell me that I'm mentally ill because I'm trans and all this just, messed up stuff, and he already admitted that he doesn't want to learn anything from me, he's just, because he was saying all this stuff, really inaccurate medical stuff, every doctor requires a psych evaluation in order to even start a transition. And I was like, I know for a fact that that's not true. And he's like, well, maybe not every doctor, but some doctors do. And I was like, why would a trans person go to a transphobic doctor? What are you saying? You're trying to argue against me. I know what I'm talking about. Obviously. It was just, it was incredibly, I don't know, stressful, not the right word, but somewhere along that vein. And I think, like, people want us to just, as if I have to sit there and every time someone says something bad about me, I have to be calm and collected and, like, explain and, like, educate when, like, we're on the internet. Google is right there. I am not, like, I didn't pop into existence to teach everybody everything. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to live my life. If you don't know what you're talking about, you can go Google it yourself. You know, I do try my best to help people out. If people come to me with a legitimate question and they're nice and polite, I will gladly answer it. But if someone is going to come at me and just be inappropriate and rude, I don't think I have any, like, obligation to be nice to them back. Like, sorry. I'm like at a loss for words, because I get told this all the time, like, well, you just need to be polite and you need to be understanding of them. They're not understanding of me, so why should I be understanding of them? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. And I'm just living my life. I never asked to be a teacher to the ignorant population. So, yeah, that's kind of, it's turned into a lot longer rant than I expected. I just had a lot to say about it. So, if you are a trans person watching, don't feel obligated to explain everything to every cis person that you meet, especially if they're rude. Now, if they're polite and they're just curious and you're in a good mood, go ahead. But even if they're polite and you just don't feel like engaging in that kind of conversation, you know, maybe they come up to you and they're like, what's this mean, or what's that, you know, you don't have to answer. You don't have to. You can link them to another resource. If it's in person, you can say, hey man, not really feeling the conversation right now. Maybe we can talk about it later, or something like that, you know? Like, you don't exist just to explain things to cis people. You don't exist to make things easier for cis people. You don't exist for cis people. You exist for yourself. And if you're a cis person watching this, just be courteous and kind to the trans people in your life, and don't ask impolite questions. And if they don't feel like explaining stuff to you, then it's nothing personal against you. It's just exhausting having to do that, like, basically every single day. Like, it's exhausting. And sorry that I'm moving so much that I'm, like, bouncing my laptop. So, this is probably really shaky, and I'm sorry. But just be courteous. Like, if someone came up to you and asked you the same exact questions pretty much every day, after a while, you would get kind of annoyed with it, right? And you wouldn't really want to answer anyone's questions, especially if it's something that's, like, out there on the internet. Like, let's say your job is you take care of dogs, and people come up to you every single day and ask you questions about dogs, and after a while, and some days you're like, yeah, I love talking about my job, and other days you're just like, this is stuff that you can, like, find on the internet. Like, why are you asking me specifically? I'm not, you know, I'm just sitting here trying to enjoy my lunch or enjoy my day, and I just don't want to talk about that right now. Like, it gets irritating. So, just everybody be nice to each other. I know I literally said that I'm not very nice to people, but don't do what I do. Be nice to everybody, unless they're not nice to you. And I'll see you next week, and hopefully next week I'll be over this allergies or cold or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but it sucks. Bye.